Have any of y'all heard of a little thing called Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band? If you haven't, you might have heard of this. Yeah, you have. So I was thinking about my boy Bob Seger recently and started thinking some of his classics. One of them that came into my head was old time rock and roll. And I started thinking of the context of when that song was made. That song was made in what? Mid-70s? Late 70s? Early 80s. At the most. We're going to say late 70s for the sake of it. That song was made in the late 70s. Could Bob Seger today please explain to me, a plebeian, someone of minuscule intelligence, what old-timey rock and roll was in 1979. Now, when I think of old-timey rock and roll, of course I think of the classics. You know, I think of the Andrews Sisters, I think of fucking Dino, you know, I think of Elvis. Ooh, baby. That's about as classic as I can get. Now, when I look at it, I'm looking at the context of the year 2020. When I think of that old-style rock and roll, that's what I go back to. But on the old flip-flop, what is he talking about? At most, that shit was 20 years old. Is that old-timey rock and roll? Is it? Is it old-timey rock and roll if it's only 20 years old? Let's imagine, if you will, myself, you included, we decide to make a band. It's a fucking banger, baby. We got a great band. Your guys are gonna love it. And we decide to make a song called Old-Timey Rock and Roll. But the context in which we were singing it was, we're talking about, shoot, I don't know, Disturbed? Slipknot? I don't know, POD? Is that old-timey rock and roll in context of time? In context of time? I don't think it is! While we're on the topic, how hard was 50s music, 40s music? Is it comparable to disco? In the song, Old Time Rock and Roll, Bob Seger says, "Don't try to take me to a disco. You'll never even get me out on the floor. In 10 minutes, I'll be late for the door. I like that old time rock and roll." Are you gonna sit there and tell me that you think Elvis is fucking harder than the Bee Gees, my dude? Cause you're fucking wrong, Seger. You're fucking wrong. The last thing I ever would have thought in my life is someone sit there and fucking tell me that they think Elvis is harder than the Bee Gees. Unreal. But yeah, that's literally all I had. I was thinking about Seger today. If you enjoy videos like this, me ranting, don't forget to subscribe. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. Alright, bye.